Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this is Hawkeye Women's Basketball, brought to you by U.S. Bank, proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Iowa Lottery, be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. Bud Light, it's for the fans. By University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Authentic Brand, unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. And by Hy-Vee, score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. Now to courtside, here's Rob Brooks and Jamie Lang.
Number 2 versus number 5 from Assembly Hall, Bloomington, Indiana. It's the number 2 Indiana Hoosiers and the number 5 Iowa Hawkeyes. Should be a terrific atmosphere. Will be an outstanding atmosphere for women's basketball tonight in one of the more storied venues across the country. Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana. The Hoosiers come in at 22-1, 12-1 in the conference. Winners of 10 in a row. You have to go back to December 29th, the last time Indiana lost a women's basketball game. Lost at Michigan State, 83-78. Well, the Hawks could just about say the same thing. They have won their last 8 and have not lost since the 1st of January at Illinois. Previous to that, you have to go all the way back to December the 1st. Hawkeyes lost to NC State 94-81. Now, this has been a game that has been hyped across Big Ten country for several weeks, and certainly the last couple of days here on the campus of Indiana University. Expecting a sellout. We're not quite there yet, but certainly about 10 minutes until tip, and people are filing in. When we pulled up about an hour ago, the line to get in was substantial, so the students were allowed to get in for free. They have showed out here tonight, and should be just a great atmosphere for Big Ten women's basketball. A great showcase tonight between two outstanding teams, and we're looking forward to bringing it to you. We'll get the pregame comments from head coach Lisa Blooter. Jamie will be along with her keys to a Hawkeye victory, all leading up to the tip. Iowa and Indiana, the first Big Ten women's basketball top 5 matchup in the country since the early 90s. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Basketball players don't always get a second chance. But now with the Iowa Lottery, basketball fans do. Play Money Madness or Tripler Scratch tickets and you could win up to $100,000. Not a winner? Enter your ticket online or scan it in our app and you could win 2 VIP suite seats to see the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Men's National College Basketball Tournament. Play today at any Iowa Lottery retailer and enter your tickets to see March basketball from the suite seats.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, they've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
Welcome back inside Assembly Hall as we count down to tip-off Iowa and Indiana. Time for the Hy-Vee Shoot-Around with Coach Blooter, brought to you, of course, by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. Well, Coach, in this business, if you're playing meaningful games in February, that's a really good thing, and certainly tonight is in that category.
Yeah, it really is. When you got 2 top 5 opponents going at each other within the same conference, and a great crowd, a great atmosphere, it's a good thing for our conference. It speaks volumes about the Big Ten Conference and where we've come. And, you know, just to have this kind of turnout on the road is amazing. And it's going to be a fabulous atmosphere and a tremendous game.
And a lot of stars, not only nationally, Big Ten, but inside with Mackenzie Holmes and Monica Sonano. A lot of eyes will be on the paint tonight.
Yeah, there will be, just because these are 2 of the finest posts in America going at it. You know, Mackenzie Holmes averages 24 points a game. She shoots 68%. You know, Monica, in the last 7 games, I believe, has shot over 70%. So here's 2 people that are really very, very similar. Mackenzie might be a little bit more mobile. She runs the floor really well. And then you got Grace Berger returning. Grace Berger, been around for 5 years now, just been a mainstay in this program, you know, starter since she got on campus, shooting the ball much better than she used to. And so that's really been a difference maker for them. And then a transfer, Yarden Garzan, is really a great three-point shooter, plays for the Israeli national team, has lots of great experience. The transfer from Oregon, Sydney Parrish, fabulous three-point shooter. We have our work cut out for us tonight.
Versus season ago to this year, is it the three-point shooting that's been much better for Indiana?
Yeah, before you used to have, you know, not anybody that could. I think they were the worst in the Big Ten at shooting threes, and so you could really pack it in. And Mackenzie Holmes didn't have as much room to operate, and now you really got to get it out and stretch out your defense, and that just gives Mackenzie Holmes a lot more room to go to work.
Back with more from Coach Blooter after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Basketball players don't always get a second chance. But now with the Iowa Lottery, basketball fans do. Play Money Madness or Tripler Scratch tickets and you could win up to $100,000. Not a winner? Enter your ticket online or scan it in our app and you could win 2 VIP suite seats to see the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Men's National College Basketball Tournament. Play today at any Iowa Lottery retailer and enter your tickets to see March basketball from the suite seats.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
Touchdown! You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now, kids can eat free.
Coach IU defensively, what do you expect out of the Hoosiers tonight?
Yeah, they're totally a player-to-player team. They, they'll try to do some trapping. They'll show on some screens, but they're really, they might pick one person up in the full court. They're not like a full court pressing team or a junk team or anything like that. It's just a basic player-to-player defense.
How have they defended Monica in the past?
They have thrown some doubles at her, and that's what we expect tonight. We expect to see that, and we've prepared for it, and so, hopefully Monica can handle that.
Transition going to be big again tonight?
Yeah, transition, because they get some threes in transition, so we need to make sure we get some back. Also, like I say, Mackenzie Holmes runs really well in transition, so that means our big's getting back. I think we can transition on them, though. I think we're going to push really, really well on those missed baskets.
Well, it seems like the players are excited for this opportunity.
Yeah, they are. It's kind of different, too, to go from being the hunted to the hunter. It's kind of nice
not
to
easy,
switch.
Right?
Well, when you rank fifth, it's really not, and you don't get many of these opportunities, so it's an opportunity for us to go out tonight and just play our best basketball on the road and see where the chips fall.
Good luck to the Hawks.
Thank you.
Head coach Lisa Blooter on the pregame show. We'll be back with more after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at MidAmericanEnergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its fourth year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
Basketball players don't always get a second chance. But now with the Iowa Lottery, basketball fans do. Play Money Madness or Tripler Scratch tickets and you could win up to $100,000. Not a winner? Enter your ticket online or scan it in our app, and you could win 2 VIP suite seats to see the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Men's National College Basketball Tournament. Play today at any Iowa Lottery retailer and enter your tickets to see March basketball from the sweet seats.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Tonight's starting
Welcome back to Assembly Hall as we get set for number 2 against number 5, Indiana and Iowa for the Big Ten lead as we approach mid-February. Iowa starters being introduced. And Jamie, this is a terrific atmosphere. We've seen some good ones on the road. Obviously, inside Carver's always been great, but this is right up there with games we've been to on the road.
Yeah, I mean, tons of fans coming out today. You can have a fun student section here, a student section that's booing, that's doing those types of things.
Got the newspapers up during Iowa's introductions.
The newspaper. The fun thing is, though, the majority of Iowa's players, though, like, they kind of thrive on this type of stuff, right? So, you know, you might be nervous about some teams, but this is something that they've already experienced, and you tend to see them, like, relish when someone's booing them. So that's not really a concerning thing. I think, if anything, it might be a motivating something to just keep them going. So I'm excited for this game. Keys today, Rob, I would say a huge one is going to be transition, and that's going to be the offense and the defensive end, right? Indiana is great at the transition. Berger really likes to push it up the court. And then you're just going to have on the offensive end, making sure that Iowa pushes it and makes good decisions when they do push the ball, right? If they don't have it, then take it out and let's start the offense. The second one is going to be I think the battle in the post. It's going to be huge. Monica Sonano, Mackenzie Holmes. This is a big battle, and I think both of them probably are excited for it because they are kind of similar. Their stats are very similar. Coach Blooter was talking about it. But I think that just that battle down there and still getting the ball inside is going to be beneficial for the Hawks. And then the last one, you know, roll and run with the highs and just take a breath when you hit a low because the lows are going to happen. There's going to be some issues. Iowa does a really good job, though, of taking those breaths in the past games when they do have a time where their momentum gets thwarted by the other team, but they do a good job of coming back after it and then really run when they can run.
And I think, too, Jamie, one of the impressive things, especially the last couple of weeks for Iowa, has been the starts. They've just really come out ready to play on the road. And, of course, the start against Maryland was one of the best we've seen.
It was. Recently, right, we used to see them kind of pick up their pace at the third quarter, and that was like their hot quarter. And they've recently, it is loud in here, right?
It is.
But this is good. This is a fun atmosphere. But we've seen them picking up that pace in the third quarter, and now first quarter has started to be their thing. And I do think that just is because they are a different team. They're a more confident team. They're a team that's ready to come out there. And it's never one player who sets the tone. It's always somebody who's ready to step up.
Starting lineup for the Hawkeyes, of course, the same that we have become accustomed to with McKenna Warnock, now healthy in that starting lineup. She is averaging 11.4 and almost 6 rebounds per contest and shooting almost 44% from 3. Kate Martin, 6.9 and 4.3 boards a contest. Kate Martin loves big games. This qualifies. Monica Sonano in the middle, averaging 18.5 and 6.3, over 67% from the floor. In the backcourt, Caitlin Clark coming off a triple-double at Penn State, her 9th career, and also the Big Ten Player of the Week, Gabby Marshall, averaging 4.4 and 1.4 steals per contest. For the number 2 Hoosiers, Yarden Garzone, a 6'3 freshman, very capable three-point shooter. Chloe Moore McNeil, now in her junior campaign, and she's a 5'11 junior. Sydney Parrish, a transfer from Oregon, a 6'2 junior. Grace Berger, a senior at 6 foot. And then in the middle, 6'3 senior leading scorer Mackenzie Holmes. Terry Morin is the head coach for Indiana. She's 194 and 90 in her 9th season in Bloomington, 20th season overall. Lisa Blooter with 473 victories in her 23rd season at Iowa, 829 total wins in her 39th season. We're ready for basketball. Holmes and Sonano, and the tip won by Mackenzie Holmes as Indiana has the first possession left to right in front of us. Hawks come out in man-to-man defense. Indiana works the ball now to Holmes. Baseline jumper, got it from 10 feet. As Coach Blooter told you, strictly man-to-man defense for Indiana. Won't pressure like teams we've seen. Here's Kate Martin down on the right block, lost control of it as she tried to pump fake against Garzone, and the ball goes out of bounds over to the Hoosiers.
And in that initial possession right there, they were face guarding Clark the full length of the court. No one else but her, so that might limit. They're going to try to limit her touches.
Here's Berger, 15-foot jump shot left wing, no good. Weak side rebound to McKenna Warnock. Ahead to Caitlin Clark. More McNeil out on her, and Clark lost control of the ball. Dug up by Indiana as Garzone gets it inside. Holmes on the rebound, goes up, and a quick foul underneath.
Good hustle back, nice block, right? You thought that was going to be a good little step up by the Hawkeyes, but a foul by Sonato with 1 minute into the game. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, I was talking this afternoon on a radio show, and I thought it was a real key for Monica Sonato to play the first 5 or 6 minutes at least without a foul. That's not going to be the case, so she'll have to really watch it now.
Yep.
As the first free throw, no good by Mackenzie Holmes. Second one, got it. 3-0 in favor of Indiana.
They're going to keep her on the court because you can play the first quarter with 1 foul, but she has to be careful.
Clark gets it into Sonato, and she has it taken away on the move. And the layup is good. And that is Grace Berger. Lob pass inside Sonato, and that lob pass works to perfection, and Sonato lays it up and in. Down court pass, Holmes. Hook shot in the middle is no good. And Iowa comes down with the rebound. 5-2 Hoosiers. Iowa with the basketball. Three-pointer off a screen for Caitlin Clark. Knocks it down just left to the top of the key.
Just a little on-ball screen to give her just enough space to get a nice shot off.
Indiana works it in the front court. Left side, Sydney Parrish, jumper from 17, no good. And the rebound comes to McKenna Warnock. Down court to Clark. She plays catch with Sonato, and Caitlin Clark buries a three-pointer from the left wing.
Oh, gosh.
And the crowd lets her know about it.
I don't like that she's throwing up the threes, which she does at Carver. It's not anything different.
Inside is Moore. McNeil takes one dribble, goes up, no, gets her own rebound, can't finish. Sonato with the rebound. Gets it to Clark across the timeline, 8-5, and now a 30-footer is no good by Clark. Then the long rebound goes out of bounds, but off the hand of Sydney Parrish of Indiana, the transfer from Oregon. Iowa basketball. 7:27 left to go in the first. 2 big threes by Clark. She gets it to Kate Martin, free throw line extended right, and then Clark wide open and missed the layup.
Good read on how the defense was playing her. She cut fast.
And Grace Berger takes it all the way to the rim. Nobody cut her off. Left-handed layup good. Hawks quickly down court. Into the corner. Gabby Marshall. Three-pointer right wing. Swishes this one.
Iowa from three-point land looking good to start the game.
3 out of 4. And it's 11-7 Hawkeyes. Berger, left wing, looks inside, drops it into Garzone, and as she tried to make a move, stepped on the end line. That's a turnover by Indiana. Iowa basketball. Sarah Scalia, the transfer from Minnesota, and she has very deep three-point range.
She does have deep range. It's similar to Clark's range. That's where I was going to play her similarly for her shooting abilities. Clark
walks it across the timeline, gets it to the free throw line. Sonato 16 feet away. Now pushes the ball back to Clark on the right wing. She comes off the screen, three-pointer. A little bit strong, right wing, as Moore McNeil comes down with the rebound. Gets it to Scalia. Tries to drive baseline, cut off by Clark. Now Moore McNeil plays catch with Scalia as she tries to drive baseline. Now flips it cross court to Moore McNeil. Had a very good freshman year for Indiana. Plays catch, and now she'll fire a three-pointer. Rimming, no. Miss it from the left wing. Clark the rebound. Sends it deep to McKenna Warnock, who catches it and lays it up and in.
That's a bomb. That was a bomb right there. Whoa.
And Indiana wants timeout as the Hawkeyes lead at 13-7. 6:04 left to go in the first. And Jamie, there's that vision.
Yeah, you had no one else in the world, and we didn't see it until I saw her chucking the ball all the way over to the underneath the basket, essentially. That's a long pass, and you have to be spot on to get it because it's really easy to overthrow or underthrow that throw.
And Warnock did a great job to catch it and then gather herself and went up strong in case somebody was going to come from behind, as the Hawkeyes now on a 13-2 run over the last 37. We talked about needing a great start. The Hawkeyes have done that almost 4 minutes into the game. Timeout on the floor. Hoosiers took it. Iowa 13, Indiana 7. 6:04 left to go first. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4-Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
After the Indiana timeout, Iowa 13, the Hoosiers 7, 6:04 left to go in the first. Good start for the Hawkeyes. 4 players have already scored. This is another pink game. This is Indiana's home game.
You got 4 pink games, Rob. Good thing you got a lot of pink in your closet. I like to see.
I got some.
But I mean, I like wearing pink a lot. You have a nice pink ribbon on. I like it.
And Iowa will have a home pink game on Sunday. Indiana basketball. Chloe Moore McNeil, free throw line extended left, gets it into Mackenzie Holmes. Now back out to Grace Berger. Here's Moore McNeil along the baseline and kicks it right side to Scalia for 3, and that rolls in. Always looking to score. She's a long-range three-point shooter, very streaky, and if she gets hot, look out. Here's McKenna Warnock trying to answer. No good from the right wing. Indiana with the rebound. Hawks by 3, 13-10. Moore McNeil gets it to Carzone. Now to Holmes, who dribbles it out beyond the three-point arc. And then Indiana throws it away, trying to get it to Moore McNeil. Dug up by Caitlin Clark, angles right side, and now looks for Sonano, and it's knocked away by Mackenzie Holmes. Here's Grace Berger. Line to the lane, layup no, might have been partially blocked by Martin. She's on the floor, and then is tied up by Warnock. Iowa basketball.
And Berger likes to, I mean, she is a driver. She will occasionally shoot the 3, but she's going to be looking for the drive for the most part.
Molly Davis in for Marshall. Sydney Parrish, transfer from Oregon, who had 15 at Purdue last Sunday. Back in for Indiana. So Davis, the first off the bench for the Hawkeyes. Iowa basketball up 3, we're under 5. Here's Martin, free throw line extended right. Warnock, top of the key. Back to Kate. Inside Sonato, corner Molly Davis for 3. That's short. And Sonato went after the rebound, but grabbed by Holmes. Gets it to Berger across the timeline. On the right wing, beyond the arc. Dribbles between her legs. Now Warnock comes out on her. Berger spins, paint, shot off the window, count it, and she's fouled. Just a good one-on-one move in the paint.
Yep. She basically has 2 moves, though, right? So like, once Iowa gets used to this, they need to overplay, know that she wants to come back to the right-hand side, and just recognize that and get there a little bit faster.
So that'll be Warnock's first, team's second. Berger at the line. Free throw, no good, a little bit strong. Rebound taken down by Warnock. Sydney Fulter into the game for the Hawkeyes at the 4:25 mark. Clark gets it around the arc. Here's a Fulter on the baseline. Bounce pass to McKenna Warnock. Barely got it to Clark. Now into Sonato, and she dribbles it out with 13 to shoot. Now back to Clark, into the corner. Molly Davis, air ball. A Fulter with the rebound goes up and has it blocked by Parrish. And then Davis tried to take it away from Scalia. Molly Davis with the foul. 13-12, Iowa by 1. And it looks like the way that Indiana's playing defense, they're going to let Molly Davis shoot that 3 from the corner.
Right. She's not a bad three-point shooter, though, so it's an interesting play by them. She doesn't shoot a lot. That's probably why they're playing the way they're playing.
And Holmes mishandles a pass. Iowa digs it up. Here's Clark at the elbow. Bounce pass inside to McKenna Warnock. Reverse layup is up and good.
Smart decision by Warnock to realize that she could just go under it, take one dribble, and be wide open on the right side instead of the left.
Hawks go back up by 3. Here's a deep three-pointer. That is good by Sydney Parrish. Outstanding long-range three-point shooter. Shoots them at 40%.
Yeah, Parrish is she's their second leading scorer right there, right? She knows how to score. She can definitely put points up for them. Iowa needs to get out there a little better.
We're tied at 15. 3:20 left to go in the first. Here's Clark in between the circles. Uses a screen. Drives down the right side of the lane. Shot is off the window. No good. Gets her own rebound. Has it blocked out of bounds. Touched last by Indiana. Iowa basketball along the baseline. Marshall back. And the first appearance for Hannah Stolke. And Sonato will come out. Good job after that first early foul for Monica not to pick up a second. Hawks get it into Stolke. Now back to Clark. Now to Warnock. Into the corner. Sydney Fulter for 3. No good. Rebound by Warnock. Pump fakes. Goes up in the paint. Trying to get it to Stolke. And it's knocked away. Touched last by Grace Berger of Indiana.
Warnock on that one is like, I just want her to shoot it though, right? Like, I'm so glad that they love to pass to each other just sometimes. She's a beast. She can go one-on-one against anybody.
Great job getting the rebound.
Yes.
Get aggressive and score. Hawks get it in. Clark now in between the circles. Step back three-pointer. And the shot is no good, but she is fouled on the three-pointer.
It looks good, too. Definitely fouled on it.
And that's why I waited, because it went off the right side of the rim, went straight up in the air, and I thought it might have a chance to fall through.
I really thought it was going to fall through.
Moore McNeil came out, and on her close, knocked down Caitlin Clark. First free throw, good. Clark with 7. Moore McNeil, her first.
That's Moore McNeil's first foul. She's putting in a lot of body. Clark's going to get a lot of body today.
Second one spins off the front of the rim. Caitlin will get one more. Iowa by 1. Hawks just 1 for their last 8 from the floor. Second one, perfect. So Clark gets 2 out of 3, and Iowa goes up by 2. We're under 3 first quarter. Moore McNeil gets it to Lily Meister. 6'3" backup center now into the game. And coming off a screen, Scalia, top of the key 3, no good. Clark the rebound. Caitlin comes across the timeline down the right side, hesitates, and is called for a carry.
Don't see him called carries much anymore.
Not very often.
She definitely hesitated, had a hesitation there. I couldn't see it. We actually don't have the view to see what it actually looked like.
Yep, she was driving down the right side.
We are very far on the left side.
Grace Berger walks it across the timeline. Parrish then tried to get it along the baseline to Garzone. Knocked away by the Hawkeyes underneath as Monica Sonato comes back in for McKenna Warnock with 2:26 left to go in the first. Hawks by 2. Berger throws it in along the baseline, gets it to Holmes. Now inside.
Travel.
Little spin move by Holmes, gets it to go on the right block.
There's a travel.
Holmes with 5. We're tied at 17. Here's Marshall, free throw line extended right. Hands it back to Clark. 2 minutes left to go, first quarter. High intensity here from Bloomington. Top of the key, Stolke drives down the right side. She's doubled and is called for a travel. That's Indiana's defense, and that's what the Hawks knew was going to happen. They're going to double the post quite a bit.
Yep, they're going to double in. That's where you want Stolke, right? You could tell she thought about taking that, 12-foot shot. Hopefully the next time she's comfortable to take it.
Lob pass inside to Garzone, and she couldn't handle it along the baseline, and the ball goes out of bounds over to Iowa. We're tied at 17. Iowa's interior defense has been really good. Not a lot of clean looks for Indiana yet. And now Kate Martin will take over the point guard duties, bring it across the timeline. Garzone greets her. Now to Clark, uses a screen, 17 feet away. Looks inside, gets the ball to Gabby Marshall, right wing. Now Gabby pulls it back out. Bounce pass into Sonato, who lost her footing, went down, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be pretty physical underneath.
I was going to say, that's that battle in the post that we were talking about early on.
Berger brings it across the timeline for IU. Uses a screen at the free throw line. Drives the paint. Now inside Mackenzie Holmes. She goes up off the window a little bit strong. Comes off the rim into the hands of Caitlin Clark. Clark across the timeline. She'll pull top of the key. 3, no good. Stolke grabs the rebound. Up strong. Left-handed layup good.
Fabulous rebound. She really positioned herself to give her the whole weak side to board up.
Hawks by 2. Under a minute, first quarter. Here's Berger against Kate Martin. Drives down the left side. Left-handed layup is good. Quick first step by Grace Berger. Tied at 19. Here's Clark in between the circles. Gets into the paint. Floater is up and no good. Bounce twice, came off. Rebound Garzon of Indiana. And now the Hoosiers can hold for one, basically, if they choose to. We're tied at 19. 19 seconds left to go in the first. Berger out near the timeline. Kate Martin.
Coach Bluter's going to look to see if she does a timeout, depending on if Iowa gets the possession back, because there's a chance they have 4 seconds.
Here's Berger. Uses a screen, pops it inside Holmes.
Travel.
And she took an extra step going into her left-handed hook shot.
She does similar to what Monica does, where when they throw it into the post, you try to land on 2 feet. If you don't, it really messes you up because you're used to making your move, knowing you have either pivot foot.
More McNeil back for Indiana. Warnock for the Hawkeyes. 3.7 left to go. First quarter, we're tied at 19. Hawks will have to go the full length, get it into Sonato. Now to Clark. And gets it ahead to Marshall. Just one too many passes there. Caitlin had to fire up a half-court shot if she wanted to.
Range.
Oh, yeah. She made one today at shoot-around.
But what a good first quarter for Iowa. Even with the shooting was not the best the second half, but I still think they played great defense. They're figuring it out. And on 37% shooting, you're 19 to 19. That's not bad.
Need to recycle old working refrigerators and deep freezers? Visit MidAmericanEnergy.com for details, plus energy-saving tips. Win some sweet sweets for the National College Basketball Tournament in Des Moines or a Minnesota Timberwolves game in Minneapolis. Enter non-winning Money Madness or tripler scratch tickets in the VIP club. Find out more information at ialottery.com. we have played one from Bloomington. Iowa and Indiana tied at 19. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
We're tied at 19 after one, and some good things in that first quarter, Jamie. You've got to like Iowa's start. Clark hit a couple of big threes, but they got to watch out for the turnovers.
Right, Iowa has 7 turnovers just in that first quarter, and they can figure out how to kind of get things back in check. 7 turnovers, but Indiana also had 5, so kind of a messy first quarter, a hard-fought first quarter, but 7 turnovers, that would be the thing they want to update, and then, hit some more shots.
Both teams just kind of settling in. Indiana basketball tried to get it into Holmes from the corner, and it was kicked by the Hawkeyes and out of bounds. Moore McNeil will throw it in along the baseline. Looks, and then Clark is knocked down by Sydney Parrish beyond the three-point arc. And that'll be Parrish's first and the team's first second quarter.
That gets Iowa the ball back. Even afterwards, Parrish patted her on the back. Obviously knew that there was probably a little force there.
Bounce pass into Sonano, and 3 seconds will be called on Monica.
What good positioning. She actually had great positioning there, so that's a bummer to have that turnover there.
Both Holmes and Sonano really working hard. Monica with 2, Holmes with 5. Indiana basketball tied at 19. Holmes now at the top of the key. She can hit that shot and feeds left side. Moore McNeil drives baseline. Pull-up jumper from 8. No. Kate Martin the rebound. Kate brings it across the timeline for the Hawkeyes on the right side. Now gets to the paint. Kicks it out to Warnock in between the circles. Takes a couple dribbles. Now gets it to Caitlin Clark. Moore McNeil comes out on her. Now Clark on the right wing. Uses a screen. Drops it into Sonano. And a blocking foul will be called as Garzone came over for help side defense.
Got a little bit close to Sonano on that. And they haven't been calling that foul, so I'm surprised they called it. And that means Iowa needs to probably check themselves to make sure they don't get any more foul calls like that.
And the pass in to Sonano. And she couldn't quite handle it. And then Holmes knocks it off Monica and out of bounds. Indiana basketball. Moore McNeil across the timeline. We're tied at 19. 1 minute into the second quarter. Now to Parrish. In the corner. Three-pointer by Garzone is no good. Weak side glass cleaned up by Kate Martin. Martin gets it ahead to Gabby Marshall, who drives baseline and then is bumped. And that's 3 team fouls now on Indiana here in the quarter. Parrish picks up her second quickly.
Well, Parrish, Holmes, and Garzone all have 2 fouls, and they were in the top of the second.
We're tied at 19. That's good news for the Hawkeyes. Get to the free throw line. Here's Martin at the elbow. Kicks it left side. Gabby Marshall. Hawks working around the outer arc.
And Indiana's running a type of zone right now.
And then the ball knocked away by Berger out of the hands of Kate Martin. And it'll be Iowa basketball along the baseline. Right of the Iowa basket. Drops it into Sinano and tried to hand it off to Clark. Knocked out of bounds by Moore McNeil off of Caitlin Clark. You're going to have to come up with something different on those inbounds plays.
Well, the handoff's okay, right?
Two turnovers, though.
Get closer, though, right? There's a gap there. You can't allow the gap. And then if someone shoves themselves into the gap, that's a foul. So you just got to get closer on the handoff.
Only a foul if they call it. Didn't that time. Berger in the paint. Up and under move. Partially blocked by Martin. Late whistle. And Kate will pick up the personal. That'll be her first. We're tied at 19. 8:20 left to go in the second. Fouled in the act of shooting. Berger at the free throw line. Long on the first.
This far, neither team has scored in the first minute and 40 seconds of the second quarter.
Indiana 1 out of 4 from the free throw line. Second one, good. Berger with 7 to lead the way for Indiana. Hoosiers grab a 1-point advantage. Here's Marshall on the right wing. Hands it to Caitlin Clark. Inside to Sinano. Goes up in the right block and scores off of Holmes.
Sinano has just been so quiet.
And along the baseline, the shot in transition. No good by Scalia. And a bump will be called on Gabby Marshall. Both of these teams like to run, so you got to really make sure you try to get back in transition. Sarah Scalia, transfer from Minnesota, makes the first. At 14 and 4, 3 out of 4 threes at Purdue Sunday. Second one also good. 22-21 Indiana. Clark across the timeline. Fires it right side. Martin now back to Marshall. Looking inside to Sinano. Now goes cross court to Warnock for 3 off the right side of the rim. Into the hands of Grace Berger. Ahead to Moore McNeil. Scalia. Berger, free throw line extended left. Inside Holmes. Whips a pass inside to Moore McNeil. Shot up in the left hand, no. And a push will be called on McKenna Warnock. That's her second. That's Iowa's third team foul in the quarter.
Yeah, both teams just chalking up the fouls right now. The refs, like I said, when the refs adjust, which they decided to, they conversed after the first quarter, we're probably like, we got to call this a little tighter. And here we are.
Moore McNeil, first point. 23-21 Indiana. Left-hander puts it up and good. 4 of the 5 starters have scored for Indiana. Iowa basketball down 3. Early stages, second quarter. Inside Stokey. Got a pass from Clark. Gets it to Martin in between the circles. Uses a screen. Now will fire a three-pointer off the right side of the rim and glass. And the rebound run down by Scalia. Ahead to Moore McNeil. Free throw line extended right against Clark. Fakes left, goes right. Gets down on the block. And has to kick it back out to Grace Berger. Berger to Holmes. Back to Grace. Berger on the left wing. Gets it to Garzone. Now to Holmes. Gets into the paint. Spins.
Oh,
double team. And a nice block by Clark. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Indiana.
So smart. I was actually watching Clark that entire defensive possession because you could tell she's looking to help Monica. She knows that Moore McNeil is not looking to score, but Mackenzie Holden is.
And they get it into Moore McNeil. And on the closeout, Caitlin Clark runs into Moore McNeil off the fake. And that'll be Clark with the foul.
So it should be on the ground. Moore McNeil took back her shot, so it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it was a pump fake, and then she was going to put it on the ground. And now they're going to take a look at it.
Yeah, it was definitely a pump fake. It was not a shot. Well, she was looked up. Got Clark on her feet. Yeah, definitely not a shot.
Yeah, it was just one of those classic pump fake. Got your defender up in the air. Defender comes down on top of you. But we've got a timeout on the court while the officials take a look at that last play. 7 minutes left to go in the second. Indiana 24, Iowa 21. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Memorial Stadium, 3 minutes into the second quarter, Indiana 24, Iowa 21. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes back Hawkeye fans to Carver Hawkeye Arena this year. Bud Light is for the fans. Don't forget, chance to make a difference. Join the Swarm and partner with Iowa's women's basketball program to serve charities in Eastern Iowa. Learn more at iowaswarm.com. That's iowaswarm.com. Well, long discussion about whether Chloe Moore McNeil will shoot 3 or the foul on Clark will be on the floor.
They're going to have it on the sideline, which is what we said. That's because we know everything. I'm just kidding.
Certainly what it looked like. But you never know, right?
No, you never know. There's things where we both thought it was going to be one way, and then they did something else. So this time we were right, though.
Moore McNeil gets it from Berger. Now Holmes on the left wing. Gets it back from Scalia. Holmes tries to get into the paint, and she is double teamed, lost control of the ball, but she was able to get it to Berger, who will fire from the top of the key, short. Berger, not a great outside shooter. She likes to get to the rim. Hawkeyes dig it up. Martin across the timeline. Clark on the bench, getting a quick breather. Iowa can tie with a 3. Molly Davis works it around the arc, and a hold on the inside will be called on Grace Berger against Hannah Stolke trying to post up.
And Hannah Stolke, actually, I was watching that entire possession, and Stolke did such a good job staying calm, just repositioning herself. She wasn't throwing elbows, and for that, she drew a foul off of Berger. So really smart play by Stolke.
That's 4 team fouls on Indiana. Clark along the baseline, lobs the ball out to Marshall. Gets it to Kate Martin, free throw line extended right. Not in any hurry to make a move. And now Clark left wing. Gets it to Stolke, left block, goes up with that left hand and gets it to go over Garzone.
Leaned into the left and then went to the right.
And then quickly down court, Scalia missed the right-handed layup, and Kate Martin fights for the rebound and gets it across the timeline. Good tough board by Kate Martin. Hawks down by 1. Martin gets it back from Clark. About 30 feet away on the right wing. Now Caitlin, free throw line extended right. Scalia comes out on her. Lob pass attempted for Stolke, and then knocked out of bounds from behind by Garzone, and out of bounds Iowa basketball. 5:43 left to go until halftime. Hawks down by 1. Lob pass out to Stolke, top of the key. drives left side and is bumped by Garzone.
And that's going to be 3 on Garzone. And that's going to send her to the line now. So bad foul by Garzone on 2, of course, 2 counts.
I think that's only 2 on Garzone.
Oh, you're right. I was wrong.
Hopeful, wishful.
I hate being wrong.
Stokey at the free throw line. Doesn't get the bounce. A little bit strong and went off the right side. Hannah with 4, had 9 and 8 boards at Penn State. Second one, rimming no. Rebound Indiana. Moore McNeil across the timeline. Now into the corner. Scalia gets it to Holmes, tries to go to work against Sonato. Shot is up and good from the paint, and Sonato the foul. That'll be 2 on Monica. And the 6'3" senior Mackenzie Holmes at the free throw line. Dips her knees, shot is strong. Stokey, excellent box out, grabs the rebound. Hawks down by 3. Martin across the timeline for Iowa. And attempted to get a pass to Marshall. She fumbled it, kind of handcuffed her, but able to save it from going out of bounds. Marshall dribbles behind her back. In between the circles, gets it to Kate Martin. Now, here's Clark, driving baseline, drops a pass inside. Hannah Stokey, left-handed layup is good. Nice catch by Hannah, too.
Yeah, that wasn't the best pass, but she definitely made it happen, even with just one hand.
Here's Berger. Kicks it out, left side, 3 is good. Scalia. Well, you can't leave her.
Nope. That's 2 threes for Scalia already.
She has 8. Indiana by 4. That gets the crowd into it. 4:35 left to go until halftime. Here's Clark. Gets it to Stokey. Top of the key. And got the pass to Martin. Now back to Hannah. Goes up strong on the right block and lays it up and in.
She is a beast.
Boy, did she elevate on that one.
She did, and she kept that arm up so strong. I mean, that was a pro move right there.
Hannah with 8 pulls the Hawks to within 2, silences the crowd. Indiana works it around the arc. Moore McNeil in the corner. Now inside Holmes. Gets the pass inside. Moore McNeil goes up. And Iowa foul underneath. That'll be on Hannah Stokey.
And that's going to be Iowa's 5th team. So now for the next 4 minutes, both teams going to the line on any foul.
And Sonato will sit down with 2 personals. Sydney Fulter comes in for Iowa. Chloe Moore McNeil at the line for the Hoosiers. First one is good.
Interesting. Indiana, if people remember the Iowa State game, Iowa State never went to the line when their team was shooting free throws.
It's all Hawkeyes, right?
Yep. Indiana doing the same thing now.
That shows you they just want to get back
defensively.
They
want to make sure defensively they're there for the Hawks, which Iowa is really great at transition D, or transition O.
Here's Marshall, left to the top of the key. Now to Clark. Clark, step back, mid-range jumper, gets it to go from the left wing.
Clark went a little quiet since those first 2 threes to open up the game.
And now Moore McNeil knifes her way to the basket. Shot is up and no good, too strong off the window. Iowa rebound, ahead to Clark. A 2 will tie, flips it inside. Sydney Fulter, left-handed layup off the window, good.
Smart play by Clark. She drew the defense, found the open of Fulter underneath.
And we're tied at 31. 3:18 left to go, second.
Iowa's trying out some loose defense. 2-3 right now, sitting in a 2-3.
Berger fires it cross court to Moore McNeil. Not a threat to shoot a 3. Now inside, Mackenzie Holmes backs down. Stokey lays it up and in. Holmes with 9. Averages over 20 a contest. 22 to be exact. Indiana by 2. Here's Clark on the right wing. Out behind the arc. Hands it off to Martin. Now a Fulter. Now Kate in the corner. Dribbles and then is bumped. And an Indiana foul.
And that's going to send Martin to the line, though. So remember, every foul right now puts Iowa at the line. Iowa is 2 of 5 from the line today.
Sandvik picks up her first.
Indiana has already shot 12 free throws to Iowa's 5.
Martin knocks down the first, and that's her first point. Kate eyes the hoop and splashes home the second. And that ties the game back up at 33 as Addie O'Grady comes in. O'Grady at 6'4", there to go against the 6'3" Mackenzie Holmes.
And defensively, I think that that's a good matchup right now, right? It's going to give Stolke a quick break.
Here's a deep three for McNeil. She drills it from the left wing. Not known for her three-point shooting.
No, and that's her first make of the day.
O'Grady, top of the key. Gets it to Marshall. Indiana goes up by 3. Here's Addie, a foot off the block, turn. She's doubled, gets it inside Kate Martin. Reverse layup is off the window and good.
Good composure by O'Grady right there to just feel the double and then turn around and find the open player.
Hawks pull to within 1. More McNeil in between the circles. Grace Berger on the left wing, holds the ball high above her head. Now in the corner, more McNeil for 3. That spins out. A Fulter gets the rebound in the paint. Ahead to Clark. Lob to Addie O'Grady in transition.
Nice.
Left-handed layup is good.
And good pass by Clark. But, I mean, that was some nice running by O'Grady. I mean, Holmes is going to be tired. Use your advantage. You haven't played today. Run, run, run.
O'Grady, nice soft pass by Clark that time. Hawks go up by 1. Berger. Now to Scalia. She fakes, drives. Now more McNeil left side, and she can't handle the pass. She wanted to quickly try to get it into Mackenzie Holmes off the ball reversal, and just went to throw it before she caught it, and it went off her right-handed out of bounds.
I like Iowa's decision, though, to try out 2-3 and talking on the defense, right? When you shift that up on teams sometimes, that is going to be a huge benefit for you.
Hawks by 1 with the basketball. 1:10 left to go, second quarter. Here's Clark, gets it into Addie O'Grady, and she couldn't handle the pass.
Good luck.
And here is Indiana in transition. Layup too strong by Scalia. And then the ball stolen away by Moore McNeil. Another opportunity for the Hoosiers. Kicks it out to Parrish. She lost control of it. Dug up by Marshall. Gets ahead to Clark. Caitlin spins in the paint. Right-handed layup on the left side. How about that?
That was a finish.
That didn't excite you, did it?
That was so amazing. Wow. How did she get that to go in the hoop?
Hawks by 3. 30 seconds left to go. Or McNeil in between the circles. Grace Berger fires it to Parrish on the left side. Now Holmes, foot off the block, goes right to the basket. Scoop shot is up, count it. O'Grady the foul. Went underneath her left arm that time to create the contact.
And those are just the ones you don't get the foul on those, right? That don't give the chance for a three-point play. O'Grady's tall enough that we don't need her to try to swat when she's reaching out that far away. But so far, I think O'Grady's had some really great minutes, though.
Barjesser comes in for Indiana. Alexis Barjesser, a 5'9" freshman. Multiple substitutions here for the Hawkeyes. Warnock and Sonato comes in with 20 seconds with 2 fouls.
But she will only be on the offensive end, so not...
So as long as nothing happens on a rebound.
Right.
Holmes at the line. Free throw, good. Holmes with 12. We're tied at 39. The Hawks can hold for 1. 15 seconds as Clark brings it across the timeline. Dribbling it out near midcourt. Now angles right side. Puts it into the corner. Gabby Marshall. Pump fake. Drives in. Floater, no. Grace Berger the rebound, and that'll do it for the first half. And just like after one quarter, we're tied after two.
It's been pretty fun, right? This has been a really fun game so far. Both teams are battling. Iowa has figured out how to finally shoot pretty well, too. They've shot 75% from that quarter. First quarter, they were only 37%. So, I mean, things are picking up for the Hawkeyes. I like where it's headed.
When corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Take a closer look, and you'll discover the many connections you have to corn. And those connections translate into wins for farmers and wins for all Iowans. Share your winning moments using hashtag #IowansWin. Hawkeye basketball also brought to you by Molly's Cupcakes, proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Kinnick Stadium and also Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes, proud supporter of the Hawks. We're tied at 39 as we have reached halftime. Bud Light halftime show up next. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its fourth year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
Time to redo this basement?
Yeah. A home gym, movie theater, model train utopia.
Or yoga studio?
I'm flexible-ish.
Great. I'll just use the U.S. Bank mobile app so we can plan it out.
Which way are you leaning? Setting a savings goal or applying for a home improvement loan?
I say we look at both options, right here in the app.
Budget for a really good home gym. We deserve it.
Noted.
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Time for the halftime show, brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes Hawkeye fans back to Carver Hawkeye Arena this year. Bud Light is for the fans. We are tied at 39. It was tied 19 after one. Jamie, how about the individual numbers for the first two quarters?
Well, man, this has been such a fun game. The first two quarters, exactly the same score, 19-19, 20-20. But look at these individual stats. Clark is the only player for Iowa in double figures. She has 12 points on 4 of 11 shooting from the field, 2 of 5 from three-point land, and 2 for 3 from the free throw line. 8 points coming from Hannah Stolke off the bench on perfect 4 from 4 shooting from the field. 4 points from Warnock, Martin, and Sonato each. 3 from Marshall, 2 from Fulter, and 2 from O'Grady. Indiana being led by Holmes with 12. That is their leading scorer normally. She's at about half of her average right there. 8 points from Scalia, 7 points Berger, 7 points more McNeil, and 5 from Parrish. Looking at rebounds, Iowa currently out-rebounding 23 to 13 rebounds. Leading the way for Iowa, Warnock and Martin each with 5 rebounds. Leading the way for Indiana with rebounds as Moore McNeil with 4. Assists, Iowa sharing the ball really well. 12 assists, 7 from Clark to lead the Hawkeyes. So that's a lot of sharing coming from her. Indiana has just 7 assists. A lot of their shots are coming off of drives or something created off of that. Iowa's shooting much better right now from the field. 52% from the field, 25% only from three-point land, and 57% from the free throw line on 5 of 7 from there. Indiana shooting just 42%, 50% though from three-point land, and 69% from the free throw line.
That's a look at the first half statistics as we are tied at 39. Back with more on the Bud Light halftime show from Bloomington, Indiana. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Basketball players don't always get a second chance. But now with the Iowa Lottery, basketball fans do. Play Money Madness or Tripler Scratch tickets and you could win up to $100,000. Not a winner? Enter your ticket online or scan it in our app, and you could win 2 VIP suite seats to see the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Men's National College Basketball Tournament. Play today at any Iowa Lottery retailer and enter your tickets to see March basketball from the sweet seats.
Woohoo! Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I think you...
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
I'll wait for you at the bottom of the stairs.
Number 5, Iowa. Number 2, Indiana in the country. The battle for sole possession of the Big Ten Conference lead. We are at the half tied at 39. Time for the U.S. Bank scoreboard update. Put your trust in a bank that has been focused on serving the people and businesses in Iowa and all across the country since 1863. That's U.S. Bank. Stop by your local branch or log on today. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. One other game in the Big Ten underway in the second period. Purdue 21, Rutgers 7. A little bit later on tonight, Illinois will be at Nebraska and number 8 Maryland at Northwestern. Checking scores of note around the country. Of course, the Iowa men are playing at Purdue. Certainly a big night for basketball in the state of Iowa. Number 10, Purdue, trailing Pittsburgh by 1, 48-47 in the fourth. Number 19, Florida State, 67. Miami 59 also in the fourth. Syracuse leads number 14 North Carolina in the second, 22-17. Number 1 South Carolina is at Auburn a little bit later on. Number 22 NC State, who beat Iowa December the 1st, is at Wake Forest. NC State, by the way, is 16-7. And on the West Coast, number 6 Stanford at number 17 Arizona. That's a look at women's basketball across the Big Ten and in the country. As you want to check in on the Iowa men, right now with 7:44 left to go in the first half, number 1 Purdue leads the Hawks 27-17. That's a look at the U.S. Bank scoreboard, and we are tied at 39, Iowa and Indiana. Back with more after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back to Assembly Hall on the campus of Indiana University. Both teams back out on the court, tied at 39, and Jamie and Mackenzie Holmes with 12. Active underneath. How about points in the paint for both sides?
Well, Iowa, they have the higher percentage shooting, and that's because they do have more points in the paint. Iowa, 24 points in the paint, and Indiana just 16.
Should be a great third and fourth quarters. That's what you come to expect on the road in the Big Ten. You're going to play 40 minutes, and it looks like that's the way it's going to be tonight. We're tied at 39. Third quarter action up next. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Time to redo this basement?
Yeah. A home gym, movie theater, model train utopia.
Or yoga studio?
I'm flexible-ish.
Great. I'll just use the U.S. Bank mobile app so we can plan it out.
Which way are you leaning? Setting a savings goal or applying for a home improvement loan?
I say we look at both options, right here in the app.
Budget for a really good home gym. We deserve it.
Noted.
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, they've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, Jamie, here we go for the third quarter. Tied at 39. What's important for the Hawks as we look forward to this?
I think continue doing what you're doing, really. I think the first half was great for the Hawkeyes. They went on some runs. They stopped some of Indiana's runs. And I think both teams, it's just been a really great game so far. Continue to take high percentage shots, move the ball around. And really, defensively, I don't think there's much change I would make at all. I think Iowa's defended very well so far. So continue doing what you're doing. Is that the best response you've ever heard?
Well, there's been some really good things.
There really has. I think the first half was good. Iowa figured out some stuff. They figured out what Indiana was doing. And, you know, if they could get a little bit of fast break transition, I think that those are things that really fire up the Hawks. So if they could get just a couple of those, I think that would help.
So the Hawks will have the ball to start the third quarter. In business, Mid-American Energy can help you save energy and add to your bottom line. Visit midamericanenergy.com to learn more. Clark on the point, in between the circles against Moore McNeil. Angles left side, now brings it right. Whips a pass inside to Sonano. Knocked away by Holmes, but then dug up by Kate Martin, who will stop and pop from 15. No.
Man.
And the rebound down to Sydney Parrish of Indiana. Yeah, you get the feeling you have to knock down some shots here in the third and fourth quarters. Shoot a high percentage like the Hawks did in the second. Mackenzie Holmes inside. Little floater with the right hand is short. Sonano the rebound. Ahead to Clark at the timeline. Now she'll pull up left wing from 17 and drill it.
Just putting on a ball handling clinic out there while hitting those step backs.
That's become a popular shot for her.
And why not, though? It's a high percentage shot. She shoots really well off of it.
Hawks by 2. Inside Garzone to the basket. Her shot is up and no good. Little running one-hander from the paint area. Hawks with the rebound. Clark quickly down court. And then tried to get it inside. Moore McNeil got a hand on it. Intercepted by Grace Berger. She'll take it all the way to the rim. Layup good. Second time that Grace has got all the way to the rim and nobody cut her off. Tied at 41. And Clark, a little bit of a lazy pass to the right wing, and Indiana gets out in that passing lane and knocks it away. You know, Berger and Moore McNeil, very aggressive defensively.
They are. And that's where you just have to make sure you're meeting your pass when someone goes to, which Martin wasn't actually at an angle where she could meet it.
Lob pass into Sonano and missed the layup. Got too far underneath.
That's such a good pass.
And Iowa gets back defensively. That patented lob pass, no help side defense. Monica just got too far underneath the hoop. Tied at 41. Here's Holmes. Going to work on the left block. Goes to that left-handed hook, no good. Weak side rebound, taken by Indiana, then blocked by Clark. And then Sonano ties up Garzone. And the possession arrow favors Indiana.
But good job at Iowa sticking with that play.
Indiana comes out in a box set. Hoosiers get it in. Here's Parrish. Down to Garzone. Whips it right side. Moore McNeil. Now to Holmes. She's touched it every possession for Indiana. Now goes to work in the paint and goes up with the left hand. Shot no. A little bit strong and into the hands of Monica Sonano. Martin brings it across the timeline. Here's Marshall, right wing. Now to Clark. Out behind the arc. Uses a screen. Dribbles between her legs. Looks for that step back 17-footer. And pushes the ball to Gabby Marshall. Now back to Caitlin. She's doubled. Still will fire a three-pointer. Strong. And the ball tipped out by Sonano and her third foul.
And normally they're not going to call the tip, but right there was a lot of body and contact. So Monica just has to get in her head, like, not worth me probably trying to tip that ball there.
And Sonano will have to sit down.
You don't really have a step down right now, though, when Stolke goes in. Stolke brought a lot of energy. She brought a lot of I think, intensity. And at the 5, she did fine, right? So you're not, we want Sonano in, yes, but having Stolke is really nice.
Here's Berger off a screen at the elbow. Tries to weave her way inside, goes up with a underneath shot off of Martin and draws the contact and the foul. That's Kate's second.
20, Kate Martin, her second, team second. Berger to the line to shoot 2 for the Hoosiers.
So Berger back to the line. Grace with 9. First one good. Hawks defeated Indiana all 3 times last year, including 74-67. Yeah,
it is quite the feat.
In the Big Ten tournament. Second one also good. Berger with 11. 43-41 Hoosiers.
Iowa in a scoring drought, a little over 2 minutes, so hopefully they can break that here.
Here's Clark. Now to Warnock. She turns the corner down the right side, stops, feeds left side. Here's Martin for 3, short. Berger with the rebound. Grace brings it across the timeline. Gets into the paint, spins, goes up, left-handed, high off the window, good. Grace Berger with 13. Gets the crowd into it. Marshall along the baseline. Indiana by 4. Here's Clark on the right wing. Spins. Step back 18-footer. No good off the left side of the iron. Rebound taken down by Chloe Moore McNeil. She angles left. Terry Morin calls out a play that she wants to see for the Hoosiers. Here's Parrish. Ball tipped in the air by Warnock. Dug up by Marshall. She brings it across the timeline. Three-pointer deep for Clark.
Gosh.
Spins out. And
how did it not go in?
Rebound by Warnock, and she is fouled from behind.
Really thought that one was in, right? I mean, I've never seen a ball go that far into the hoop and then pop out still.
Went all the way around the rim and fell out. But after the Indiana foul, ball possession for the Hawks. Here's Marshall, fakes a 3, gets to the free throw line, and a foul will be called on Indiana.
Called a foul, but
Berger picks up her second. Lily Meister into the game. 6'3" freshman for Indiana, post player. Clark looks, gets it into Martin, goes up strong and finishes off the out-of-bounds play. Martin had to go up strong as a couple of white jerseys right around her. Here's Berger in the paint. Shot is up too strong off the window. Rebound to Kate Martin. Gets it ahead to Caitlin Clark. Drives down the right side of the lane. Shot window, no. Foul on Indiana. That's going to go against Sydney Parrish.
Smart decision. Clark is really good at that, right? She is good at reading when a defense is on its heels. And then she's like, well, I'm going to drive in because I'm either going to get a layup or I'm going to draw a foul. And then she's good at reading that situation.
Clark to the line. Parrish her third. Free throw short. Hawks down by 2. 5:47 left to go in the third. Caitlin shooting right into that student section. Connects on the second. She has 15. Hawks draw to within 1. Indiana brings it across the timeline. Chloe Moore McNeil Out of Berger. She's been very active at the offensive end. Gets a screen. Pulls up from 16 straight away. Rimming no. Stuelke the rebound. Hawks have played almost a couple of minutes without Sonato, who picked up her third. Clark will set things up. Bounce pass to Martin, left wing. Now Warnock, top of the key. Goes to work. Drives down the right side. She's doubled. Kicks it out to Martin. Now to Marshall. Gabby drives. Kicks it right side. McKenna Warnock for three.
Yes,
Count it.
McKenna. Knew a Hawk had to hit a three at some point, right?
It's been a while.
But McKenna Warnock, she's good for them, and we haven't seen her get back into the swing of things, and it's nice to see her getting there again.
Nice penetration by Gabby Marshall to kick it to the right side. Hawks go up by 2. Here's Scalia. Now deep three-pointer goes for Parrish. Hit that one just right at the top of the key. Indiana by 1. Here's Clark on the baseline. Maneuvering, goes up off the window and finishes in traffic.
Really good control, got just past the defense and figured out a way to get it off the glass.
Or McNeil drives down to the left block. And now Clark is going to be called for a bump to the face of Moore McNeil. Not sure the official saw it. This went after the reaction of Moore McNeil.
If she's going for the ball, though, and you hit the face, that's different than hitting the face.
So that'll be Clark's second.
Yep.
So she's okay as far as
and that's just a normal foul. It's funny that he calls that. It was like, it's just a foul.
Timeout on the court. High intensity here from Bloomington with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Iowa 49, Indiana 48. Number 2 versus number 5. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I thank you.
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender member FDIC.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
Hawks by 1, 49-48. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated and voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year. Proudly supports Iowa women's basketball. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets. Indiana basketball along the baseline. Berger will throw it in, does so to Moore McNeil on the left wing. Reverse it all the way to Berger. Holmes back in there for Indiana. Scalia now to Berger. Free throw line extended right. Holmes falls down. Berger fires a three and knocks it down. Make that a long 2, foot on the line. Berger with 15, and Indiana grabs a 1-point lead. Here's Clark. Hesitates down the right side of the lane.
Great
off the window. Count it, and she's fouled.
Wow. And the reason that move worked right there, though, is she did this little hesitation. You thought she might kick it out, and then that just lets gives her just enough to be able to finish.
Moore McNeil picks up her second. Garzone comes back in for Parrish. Change for the Hoosiers. One shot for Caitlin Clark, looking for her 20th point.
You just saw Coach Blooter go and talk to Monica Sonato, and he saw her do the body like, make sure you're straight up.
Sonato with 3, free throw, no good. What's that, 3 misses by Clark at the line tonight?
I believe so, yes.
Iowa by 1.
There.
Inside, Mackenzie Holmes comes off the screen, lays it up and in.
Stolke just got stuck there, so someone's got to help her out.
Here's Clark for 3, left wing, swishes this one.
Give her an inch, give her an inch.
Clark's third 3.
Kids really hate her throwing a 3 up, and I love it.
She lets them know it. Hawks by 2. Scalia gets it to Holmes, goes to work against Stolke, spins, and the shot is up and good from the left block.
But that's the way to play defense. That was good defense by Stolke and also just a good shot by Holmes, and that's going to happen sometimes.
Hawks quickly down court. We're tied at 54. Here's Martin. Dribbles around the arc. Marshall, Stolke in the paint, and she is bumped by Holmes. And Mackenzie nods her head. Yep.
Yeah.
I did it. That's only her first. Sonato back. She went to the bench with her 3rd foul. Just over 7 minutes left to go in the quarter. We're tied at 54. 2:55.
Stolke will go to the line with that because that's 5 fouls for Indiana. Iowa has 3 team fouls, so they still have 1 more before Indiana would go to the line.
Anna's first is short. Hawks struggling from the free throw line tonight.
At this point, you're just going to go 50%. That's what they're going to be at tonight, and that's going to have to be fine.
Second one long. Stolke 0 for 4 at the stripe. Tied at 54. Hawks would have a nice lead if they shot about 75% from the free throw line tonight. Here's more. McNeil for 3. That scrapes off the right side. Hustled down by Molly Davis. Molly brings it across the timeline. Angles right side. Now left side. 3-pointer Martin. That's an air ball into the hands of Grace Berger, who brings it across into the front court. Hesitates all the way to the rim. Left-handed shot rolls in. Full head of steam for Grace Berger. Indiana by 2.
Indiana's just up by 2, right? Sometimes when you hear the crowd, it's like, whoa, this feels like they have this 10-point lead, but Iowa has to just keep taking a breath here.
And a whistle.
There's a buzzer going off. Sounds like the shot clock buzzer.
So now the officials will gather again. 2:30 left to go in the 3rd. Indiana by 2. Attention all Hawkeye fans who buy your own health insurance. Wellmark is on your side and on the health insurance marketplace. Let's give it up for plans you can afford, the freedom to go to almost any doctor in Iowa, and free virtual care. Check out wellmark.com/swish to compare plans. Hawkeye basketball also brought to you by U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless company, an official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Join the national network built by locals for locals. So the officials have gone to the monitor, probably to check out how much time should be on the shot clock.
Right.
has not been able to play the minutes. And there's a deep three by Clark, and she is fouled by Moore. McNeil fell right into her.
I mean,
that's her third. A deep three from the left side by Clark. Moore McNeil knocked her down on the closeout.
Well, and that's part of Indiana's game plan. Be physical with Clark. And
most teams' game plan.
Right, and you know that that's the truth when there's a foul on a three-point shot and the other team's coach that doesn't get mad about it, right? Most people are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you fouled on a three." And then if someone fouls Clark, they're all like, "Okay, that was, that can happen."
Free throw, good. She'll get 3. And that's not just a 3. That's about a 28-footer.
Right.
Second one for Caitlin. Got it.
And Clark and Stolke are mainly the only two Hawkeyes who are going to the line. The only other person there's one other person. Kate Martin has went there one time.
All 3 in for Clark. She has 25.
Well done, Clark. Way to hit those.
And Iowa pulls to within 1. 1:10 left to go, third quarter. Berger gets it to Holmes. Outside the arc and between the circles. Left side, Parrish. Inside, Holmes. Racing to the basket, lays it up and in.
And that's one where you have to talk. You got to talk to the players. She got stuck on a screen again. That's the second time.
Here's Clark. Three-pointer, left wing. That's an air ball. Dug up under the basket by Grace Berger. Berger across the timeline, top of the key. She'll pull from 18. Got it. That's 21 for Berger, 62-57. 35 seconds left to go in the third. Hawks have not scored a field goal the last 250. And the crowd is into it now. Here's Clark at the timeline. We're under 10 on the shot clock, 20 on the game clock, and the clock is now froze.
What in the world?
So 20.6 on the clock, 10 on the shot clock here at the end of the third quarter. And Indiana grabs a 5-point lead.
This is the wildest thing. What is happening with the clock here? Like, why would it just...
So the officials will once again have to come over and figure out how much time is left on the shot clock as both coaches gather their unit. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You are listening to Iowa Hawkeye Women's Basketball. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight on select Hawkeye Radio Network stations, the Varsity app, Sirius XM channel 196, and the Iowa Hawkeyes YouTube channel. It has been everything we expected it to be, a fight to the finish.
Well, and you'd like Iowa to get a point, right? Get a basket here. They're going to have 10 seconds. It looks like 16.6 on the clock, 10 seconds on the shot clock, 6 seconds on the shot clock. That's frustrating.
So they'll be down to 6.
Well, the frustrating part there, right, is that Iowa was looking for the clock to be able to make their move.
And it froze at 10.
And it froze at 10, but yeah.
So Indiana will have roughly 10 seconds, but see if the Hawks can get a big bucket here. Martin gets it into Clark. Angles left side. Now in the corner. Gets it into Sonato. She goes up.
Oh,
no good. Rolled off the right side. 8 seconds for Indiana. Here's Berger. Left wing. Spins. Basket. Shot blocked from behind. And ball goes out of bounds with 1 second left to go. And I think we'll stay with Indiana.
And good defense by Martin to stick with that play and get the block on Berger.
She made a nice spin move on the left block. Looked like she was free, and then Kate Martin was able to tip it from behind. O'Grady comes in, as does Molly Davis. 1 second for the Hoosiers. Berger looks. Tries to go inside, and then Holmes couldn't handle it, and that'll do it for quarter number 3. But Indiana made 4 of their last 5.
Yep.
Hawks did not have a field goal the last 3:34.
So being a 5-point game, that's pretty good for Iowa, considering that they had that little bit of a drought there.
Anybody's ball game.
Sure is.
We'll head to the 4th. Iowa trails the Hoosiers 62-57. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
Welcome back to Assembly Hall, Bloomington, Indiana. As we get set to start the 4th quarter, a raucous crowd here for Iowa and Indiana. Top 5 matchup. Indiana leads by 5 at 62-57. When corn grows fuel, Iowans win. Ethanol is a renewable fuel that's better for our environment, our health, and our wallets. Share your winning moments using #IowansWin. Plus, you'll be eligible for some fun corny giveaways. Iowa basketball to start the quarter. Caitlin Clark had all but 5 of the Iowa points in the 3rd. And she has the basketball, hands it off to Martin, and we've got a whistle away. Foul occurred on the right side. The ball was on the left side. Holmes will pick up her 2nd ball possession for the Hawks. And Clark bobs it out to Warnock, almost taken away. And McKenna then drives down the right side of the lane and travels with the ball on the right block.
Yep, just switch those pivot feet at the end.
So Indiana basketball, 62-57. Hawks' drought offensively continues. Both of these teams play in the 80s and a lot of times beyond. Here's Berger. Finds a seam, drives in, kicks it into the corner to Scalia. She'll fire a 3-pointer, left wing, no. And Sonano digs up the rebound along the baseline. Scalia had 8 in the first half, did not score in the 3rd quarter. Hawks down 5 with the basketball. Here's Kate Martin. Spins at the elbow. Now to Sonano. Monica drives baseline and is bumped by Mackenzie Holmes. Sonano passed up the 8-footer, then saw an opening on the baseline, took it, and now Holmes has 3. Bounce pass inside Warnock. She is bumped off the inbounds play. And a wide open layup hit from behind. Indiana foul.
And while that it looked like a good block by Parrish, what Warnock did is she did this shot fake, which pulled Parrish just enough to do a reach rather than a block. So the shot fakes, man, those help.
Warnock at the line. First one good. McKenna with 8. That's 4 on Sydney Parrish. 3 other players with 3 for Indiana. Second one good. Great job by Warnock to knock down both free throws as Garzone comes back in.
Who also has 4. So 2 Indiana players with 4. Said 4. Garzone with 4 fouls.
2 with 4. Here's Moore McNeil into the corner to Scalia. Now Moore McNeil, who had 7 in the first half, has not scored. Berger she has the ball. Tried a cross-court pass. It's tipped out of bounds by McKenna Warnock. Indiana will retain possession. Iowa down 3, just underway, fourth quarter. Berger sends it out.
Iowa in a 2-3 zone.
Berger gets it back from Scalia, then trying to pass inside to Holmes, and she wasn't ready for it, and the ball sails out of bounds over to the Hawkeyes. Hey, how about a 3 to tie this one up?
Oh, man. Can they? Want him to just start swimming, don't you?
Clark across the timeline to Warnock at the free throw line. Now to Clark. She'll fire a 3 short. Sedano the long rebound. Now to Warnock for 3. Count it.
Yes, Warnock. That's 2 nice threes for McKenna Warnock. Coming off that injury, sometimes it's hard to get back into the swing of it, but she's looking real good right now.
Warnock with 12. Hit that one near the top of the key. Berger, mid-range, right side, no. Holmes, rebound, shot up, good off the window. Holmes with 22, right at her average. Indiana goes back up by 2. Sedano posting hard. Warnock can't find her. Now Clark gets it into Sedano, but it's batted away by Holmes and saved. Good job by Indiana. Great hustle by Holmes. Down court pass, Scalia right wing. Cross court to Garzone for 3. Got it.
That's Garzone's first basket of the night.
And it's a big one.
It is.
Indiana goes back up by 5. Here's Clark to the line, to the paint. Shot blocked from behind into the hands of Moore McNeil. Ahead to Berger. She gets it back. Layup, no. Foul, Clark. Garzone passed up to 3. Got it back to Berger, who was going to work on the left block. That's 3 on Clark. So Berger will be at the free throw line. 7:16 to play. 67-62. Indiana. That's their biggest lead of the game. Second time that has happened.
Oh my gosh. Indiana's trying to say that they should review it. They're saying we're not going to review it. That's what's happening right now is the refs are saying we're not going to review this.
2 shots for Grace Berger. First one is good.
But this is what we talked about earlier, Rob, in the very beginning of the game. Iowa just needs to take a breath right now. It's a 6-point game, possibly a 7 if Berger hits this.
And
Iowa
she does.
Can come back from this. Just have to take good shots.
Well, she's doubled her average.
Right.
And Iowa's going to take time out, down 7. With 7:12 left to go, it's Indiana 69, Iowa 62. Don't forget to join us for Hawk Talk with Coach Blooter, presented by Oaknall at Bumps Restaurant. Hawk Talk with Coach Blooter and me from 6 until 7 this Monday. Come on out and join us. Work to be done here in Bloomington. Hawks trail 69-62. 7:12 left to go in the fourth. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately. Then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Indiana on a 7-0 run the last 54 seconds. And that prompted a Iowa timeout. 7:12 left to go in the 4th. Indiana by 7, 69-62. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels, the Homewood Suites and the Home to Suites by Hilton. Each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, a pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. Martin will throw it in along the sideline. Lobs it into Sonano. Turns, goes up, too strong off the window.
They got the ball to her. You just want her to get that finish, right?
Yep, Monica just a little out of sync tonight. And Berger has it knocked away by Marshall, has to retrieve it in the backcourt. And now Indiana will slow the pace down a little bit as we're under 7. Here's Berger on the right wing. One-handed pass to Moore McNeil on the left side. And now it's batted up in the air by Clark and raced down by Caitlin. Drives in, left-handed layup, good.
And maybe that's the spark, right? Now it's just a 5-point lead.
Get that defense into offense.
Right, those are the things that can help Iowa. Just fuel it.
69-64. Indiana just working it around the perimeter now. Berger, turnaround jumper is good from 12. She's been the difference tonight.
She has, and she's not normally that player for them. So this is a thing that I would say, she is having a really great night.
23 for Berger, averages 11. Warnock, free throw line extended right, and a whistle and a foul will be called on Monica Sonano, trying to clear out down on the right block.
Foul on number 25, Monica Sonano.
And that'll bring Stolke and give Monica a break, because that's 4 fouls.
Stolke, number 25, checks in on her behalf.
And just has 4 points.
And Stolke comes in with some fire, though. Can Stolke come in and give another boost for Iowa? I think she went and scored 6 points, essentially, the last time, right away.
Has 8 for the ballgame. 71-64. Indiana with the lead in the basketball. 5:50 4th quarter. Bounce pass to Holmes. Moore McNeil gets it back. Floats a pass underneath. And the layup is good by Garzone. Terrific ball movement that time by Indiana. 73-64. Hoosiers big lead. Clark gets it to Kate Martin, free throw line extended left. Now to Warnock. Gets into the paint, and the help defense by Scalia takes it away. Scalia, right side, Berger for 3. That's an air ball. And the rebound taken down by Warnock as we approach 5 left to go. Here's Clark, top of the key, hesitates, drives in, shot off the window, count it, and she's fouled.
Fabulous finish. I like the read, I like the tenacity in Clark right now.
And Holmes picks up her 4th, and that'll get Lily Meister, 6'3" freshman, off the bench. Backup post player for Indiana. 73-66. Caitlin Clark with 29. She had 12 at the half. Now 30. Splashes home the free throw. 73-67. Indiana with the lead in the ball. We're under 5. Moore McNeil, left wing. Remember, these two teams will end the regular season in Iowa City. Here's Berger, top of the key. Hawks in a 2-3 zone. Now in the corner, Garzone for 3. She's got 8.
Just came to life in the fourth quarter for Indiana.
Terrific three-point shooter, quick release. Now Stolke, left block. She's doubled, kicks it right side. Kate Martin for 3, short. Long rebound, hustled down by Berger. 76-67 Indiana.
You're just looking for that spark from Iowa, which they tend to get. There tends to be a spark where they can go on a little run here.
Yeah, Hawks 6 of 22 from 3. Here's Berger, spins in the paint, up and under move, shot no good. Rebound taken down by Meister. She goes up and is fouled. Second chance opportunity that time for Indiana. Martin, her third. Molly Davis will come into the game. And we've got timeout on the court. 4:06 left to go in the fourth. Indiana 76, Iowa 67. Indiana has connected on 5 of their last 7 from the floor. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, Caitlin Clark doing everything she possibly can to keep the Hawks in this game. Has 30. She had 12 at intermission. 76-67 Indiana. And Jamie, a lot of things have to go right now for the Hawks with 4:06 left to go.
Well, you got to get some stops. You got to get on some type of a run here. Not impossible for the Hawkeyes, but you're right. Some things have to go right. The thing is, they have the ability, right? This is where can they mentally get back to knowing we have the ability to do this. We just have to stick with it.
Hawkeyes doing fine from 2-point range, over 47%, but 6 of 22 from 3.
Right.
And the real tough one is 11 of 20 from the free throw line.
Right. There's two. I mean, the three-point shots are not falling, and neither are the free throws. And those are two things that are much better normally for the Hawkeyes.
Now, Iowa on the season, over 36% from 3 and 76% from the free throw line.
Right. I mean, it's just not their normal. It's not normal at all for them, but that doesn't matter, right? That's not what they're going to look at right now. They just got to focus on what can we do, what do we have that works, and kind of go with that. If Iowa was just shooting 2-pointers, I'm going to look right here to give you this stat.
So Lily Meister at the free throw line. The shot is up and rattles around and spins out.
From 2-point land, Iowa's shooting 61%. So really well from 2-point land.
Second one, good. Meister, backup post player, her first point. And that gives Indiana a 10-point lead, 77-67. 4:06 left to go. Clark across the timeline. Hands it off to Warnock. McKenna then hands it to Clark. Comes right side, lob inside, Sedano, layup
pass.
good.
There we go. Nice pass.
Monica Sedano now with 6. That's her first basket since the second quarter.
Right, and here's where you just want that stop, right? Can you get a stop?
Because Indiana, you would think, would slow it down with 3:35 left to go.
And they have. And you got to hope you use that to your advantage. Get them out of their pace they've been playing that's working for them.
Scalia. Berger along the baseline against Molly Davis. Goes up, paint, count it. Davis foul.
I mean, pretty good defense by Davis.
Yeah, you just 6 foot. Grace Berger, who's got a really good spin move in the paint.
I don't know why they called the foul, but I mean, I think it was good defense and a good finish by Berger. I think the foul was a little weak.
Grace Berger with 25.
And they're going to put Kate Martin back in, and there is a better, I mean, that is a better matchup with Martin in there for height.
Does not make the free throw. 79-69. Hawks with the basketball, 3:20 left to go. Here's Clark. Angles right side. Gets into the paint, spins, layup, count it, and she's fouled. Took Garzone to the cleaners that time.
Oh, that was a nice move.
Recognized the mismatch and went right to the bucket, and that's 5 on Garzone. She fouls out with 8 points. Sydney Parrish back.
You gotta love that take by her, and such a good finish. Clark has been finishing her shots. She's had a lot of three-point plays today. I would have to look back at stats to figure this out later, but I feel like she's had a lot of these opportunities where she's hitting the short shot and drawing the foul.
Makes the free throw. She has 33. Draws Iowa to within 7. 3 minutes to go. Parrish, free throw line extended left. Gets it to Holmes, 17 feet away. Drives, spins, paint, shot, no. Sonano a push. That'll be 5 on Monica Sonano. Been in foul trouble all night.
Well, Stolke will be coming in, and Stolke's been having a great night. I think they're talking about whether they put Stolke in or they put O'Grady in.
And here comes Hannah. So Monica fouls out with 6 points.
Holmes to the line to shoot 2 for the Hoosiers.
Well, she'll rebound from this. Holmes at the line. Free throw, strong. Indiana hasn't shot free throws great either.
No. Better than Iowa, but still not great.
Holmes will get her second.
It's an 8-point lead now for the Hoosiers, but can Iowa start to build? Can they chip away?
We're under 3. Here's Clark all the way to the rim. No good. Goes after the rebound, and it's taken away by Moore McNeil. Kind of felt like Iowa needed to score on that possession.
Yep. Iowa will play just defense. They're not going to foul. Hard defense.
And the ball poked away from behind by Clark and out of bounds. Indiana will have it right in front of their own bench. Moore McNeil will throw it in. 22 on the shot clock. Gets it into Grace Berger. Berger now to Moore McNeil. Gets it to Berger. And now Holmes will fire a long 2 right at the top of the key. No good. And Clark grabs the rebound. Brings it into the front court. Now to Stolke. Left block. Goes to work. Nice shot up finish. And good. And Holmes had to back up because of 4 fouls. And the Hawks take timeout.
It's a 6-point game. 2 minutes, 6-point game. Iowa's going to probably come out and foul because they need a couple more possessions right now. Maybe they come out in a full court defense, but we haven't seen that this year. Have we seen it? Maybe
not much.
If anything, maybe
situationally, yes.
Yeah, but not very much at all. There hasn't been a situation like this much this year. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Blooter decides to do right here. I think she can go a lot of different ways, and you're taking a chance whatever way you go.
Indiana from the free throw line, 15 of 22. Both teams are in the bonus. 80-74, Indiana. And that was the best case scenario for the Hawkeyes to at least get something quick.
Right. I mean, they're still in it. 6-point game. They are in it with 2:04 here.
2-possession basketball game. Indiana.
Iowa's going to be up. They're going to play full court D. Player to player.
So Indiana will be able to move on the inbounds when they get it into Moore McNeil, and that's a reach in the backcourt on Gabby Marshall. And by the looks of Coach Blooter, she did not want that foul.
I did not look at her face. So she looked upset.
Didn't look like she wanted it.
Well, it happened. The only good news about that, it happened 3 seconds into the defensive possession.
Moore McNeil at the free throw line. First one is good. That's her first point since the second quarter.
So Iowa's going to be looking for those. So 7 or 8. We're right now at a 3-possession game. So Iowa is really looking for a fast shot here. Can you get a 3? Cool.
Here's Clark across the timeline. Well, she can do it in a hurry. Drops it off to McKenna Warnock. Drives down the right side. Layup. No good. And the ball is going to be Iowa along the baseline. And I'm sure they'll look at it.
They called it Iowa's. That's always to your advantage because then they have to have something that actually disputes it.
(82-74), 1:50 left to go. Indiana on top.
If it's Iowa's ball, again, look for a quick shot. That's what they need right now because you want more possessions because they're a 3-possession game.
1:50 left to go. I want to thank United Healthcare for teaming up with the Hawkeye Athletics Department this year to support and celebrate small businesses in the state of Iowa. As this week's Small Business Spotlight is Time Capsule Studios located in Marion. Time Capsule Studios is a custom portrait photography studio where clients can have a personalized experience from the initial consultation to the photo shoot and finally ending up with complimentary delivery installation of your artwork. Portrait sessions range from newborns, kids, families, couples, and seniors. For more information, visit their Facebook page at Time Capsule Studios. Is your small business ready for a big promotion? To enter, visit HawkeyeSports.com/UHC. Officials still looking at it to determine whether it's Iowa's basketball or Indiana's, and it's a big decision. 82-74 Indiana. Hoosiers led by 5 at the end of 3. And have outscored Iowa so far in the fourth by 3.
Just waiting to see what'll happen here. Still reviewing here. Should start a stop. I'm going to have a stopwatch next time. See how long the reviews take.
Garzone has fouled out for Indiana. Sinano for the Hawkeyes.
And other players near 4 fouls. Only one other player on either team with 4 fouls, and that's Parrish. So at this point, most teams are going to just be playing defense the way they can.
Indiana basketball.
Wow. So Iowa will come out, and now you got to think they are going to foul right away, give themselves one more chance, and then if it continues, they'll just play hard D, right, if they don't get that opportunity.
Yeah, if you don't get a steal in the backcourt.
Yep.
Then maybe foul in the front court.
Yeah.
Get a 10-second violation.
And essentially give yourself one more opportunity. I think that's what Coach Blooter will do. She'll get one more opportunity for them to.
And Berger brings it into the front court. She's doubled. Looks like the Hawkeyes will play this out. There's a reach. Clark against Parrish. And by my count, that's 4 on Caitlin Clark.
You would be correct.
So Sydney Parrish will be at the free throw line. She has 8 coming off of 15 at Purdue. 82-74. Indiana free throw no good.
So 8-point game. Even if she hits it, that's still a 3-possession game if Iowa hits 3s. So you got to think they're going to go for a long one if they can, if she hits it.
Second one, got it.
So you got to be thinking a 3 right here.
Well, Clark has it. Step back three, left wing, rimming no. Stolke goes after the rebound, tapped around into the hands of Kate Martin. Now on the baseline, Warnock slips it up, good.
Good finish, but you got to get the ball, or steal or foul right away.
And Warnock fouls Berger.
Good job. This is a good opportunity for Iowa, though, to play this because, like I said, we don't really remember them having to do this yet this year. So it is good for them to practice this. At the moment, not looking the best for the Hawkeyes. They're not completely out of it, but 7 points, depending on what Berger does, 7+ points to come back from is hard with a minute 24.
5 of 8 and now 5 of 9 from the free throw line. Berger missed the first one. She has 25 points.
Got to be looking for a quick one again.
Second one, good.
Looking for a quick one. I think Coach Blooter's calling for a 3 right now.
84-76, 1:20 left to go. Clark across the timeline. Trying to free herself up. Scalia now comes out on her as Clark tries to whip a pass to Stolke across the paint.
Good idea.
Out of bounds. Indiana basketball.
I think they're going to be looking, I bet they'll try to go for some type of trap steal situation here. They're going to try to trap.
Indiana will walk it across the timeline and will be at a minute to go.
Going for a trap. They're trying to get the steal. No fouls.
More McNeil into Holmes. She goes up and is fouled by McKenna Warnock.
Not a bad foul by McKenna. If you're going to foul at that point in the game, right under the basket, you make sure the ball's not going to go, and she did a good job of getting your hand on the ball.
Foul on McKenna Warnock. That is her 4th.
Yep, Holmes caught it deep. That's 4 on Warnock. Mackenzie Holmes at the free throw line.
And it's Iowa versus the clock right now to try to get back into this game. Iowa has 2 timeouts left. Indiana, 3 timeouts left. 9-point lead for them.
Holmes makes the first. Dribbles the ball with her left hand, then shoots it in the right hand. This one rattles out. And timeout taken by the Hawks to advance the basketball.
And 9-point game. Iowa's in it.
54.8 left to go. 85-76. Can some magic happen here in Bloomington?
Why not, right?
We're hoping.
It takes a little magic, but 3-point game, if anybody's capable of it, I think Iowa is.
85-76.
We've seen them fire off 3 threes and hit them in 1 minute before. That would not be the first time we've seen it.
Indiana has won 10 in a row. Hawks have won 8 in a row. Indiana 22-1, 12-1 in the league. Hawks 17-4, 11-1. But this is the first of 2. Iowa and Indiana. Ball possession on the sideline. Clark gets it in. Bounce pass inside to Stolke, and she's fouled from behind. So the Hawks went for the real quick 2 there. And that's going to be 5 on Sydney Parrish.
So Stolke will go to the line, right? I think she's got these.
0 for 6 from the line for Hannah Stolke, but has done some really good things tonight. Meister back for Indiana.
Remember, it was a 6-point game at 2 minutes.
Free throw short. Hawks 12 of 22 from the line. Second one, no good. Rebound Indiana. 30-second timeout to advance the ball. 85-76. Hoosiers 51.3 left to go. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for men and women in the United States. Don't let any heart condition go unnoticed or undiagnosed. Whether it's a routine checkup or a procedure, you want expert care from specialists who know your heart condition inside and out. University of Iowa Heart and Vascular Center. Advanced trained cardiologists use state-of-the-art diagnostic tools. Minimally invasive treatment options are available. It's heart care that doesn't only change lives, it saves them. Make an appointment today at uihc.org/HVC or call 319-356-7102. So Indiana basketball along the sideline.
Look for Iowa to look for a trap here.
51.3 left to go. Berger gets it into Moore McNeil. And the Hawks foul out near the timeline.
Foul on Hannah Stolke, number 45. That is her second.
Stolke picks up her second.
To the line. To shoot two.
So Chloe Moore McNeil at the line gets the first. Third player in double figures for Indiana tonight. She has 10. Second one, good. Iowa timeout to advance the ball, 87-76 with 48.5 left. And now Indiana will gather their players around, and
this is just a quick
Iowa
30-second or full. It's going to go to a
take
full.
a full timeout. We'll take a break. 48.5 left to go in the fourth. Indiana 87, Iowa 76. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its fourth year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
Hawks down 87-76 with the basketball. 48.5 left to go. Martin on the sideline. Looks. Gets it to Warnock. Sends a pass cross court to Caitlin Clark. Now Caitlin drives in. Floater window no. Battle for the rebound. Dug up by Indiana. And a reach on Kate Martin.
Iowa's not getting the bounces right now.
Indiana has been to the free throw line 32 times. Made 22 and right back there. Sandvik. Her first one is no good.
And Indiana has not hit well from the free throw line.
But both teams have had their struggles. Missed the second one.
Again.
Here's Clark in the front court. Right wing, drives in, floater, window, got it. Clark with 35. And also has 10 assists, so there's a double-double. And Indiana takes timeout. 30-second timeout with 30.9 left to go, 87-78. Indiana grabbed a 5-point lead at the end of the third quarter. Made a little bit of a run after Iowa had a 2-point advantage.
And then Iowa just hasn't really been able to deflate that lead.
Got it to 6.
I mean, this is right. You don't want to lose a game, but of any game you're going to lose, Iowa Iowa gets a chance at redemption in 2 weeks, which you don't normally get. And then they're also playing number 2 in the nation today. And a lot of things haven't went Iowa's way today. So you got to know that there's growth that they can have from this, and they can do things better the next time around.
Berger along the sideline. Gets it into Scalia. Turns the corner, drives, now gets it into the corner to Berger. And Indiana just kind of playing keep away for now. Berger drives in, goes up, has the ball knocked out of bounds by Kate Martin. 18 on the shot clock, 18-4 on the game clock. And if you're Iowa, just play defense.
Right, that's what they're doing right now. They're playing good defense.
Run the clock out. As Moore McNeil will just hold it 30 feet from the hoop. And that's the ball game. Well, with .5 left to go.
I will inbound it. I don't think they'll shoot it.
Iowa inbounds it, and it's a final from Bloomington. Indiana defeats the Iowa Hawkeyes 87-78. So number 2 beats number 5. Indiana pushes their record to 23-1. Only loss this year at Michigan State at the end of December. Now 13-1 in the Big Ten. Streak is alive at 11. Iowa falls to 19-5 and 11-2. 87-78 the final. Hoosiers over the Hawkeyes. Post-game show up next. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Basketball players don't always get a second chance. But now with the Iowa Lottery, basketball fans do. Play Money Madness or Triple-Tripler scratch tickets and you could win up to $100,000. Not a winner? Enter your ticket online or scan it in our app and you could win 2 VIP suite seats to see the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Men's National College Basketball Tournament. Play today at any Iowa Lottery retailer and enter your tickets to see March basketball from the sweet seats.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong Team, with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong Team with Skogman Realty for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
Indiana defeats Iowa 87-78. The game was tied at the half at 39. Jamie, quick look at the individual numbers.
All right. 3 players finished in double figures for the Hawkeyes. Caitlin Clark, 35 points on 12 of 28 from the field shooting. 14 points from McKenna Warnock. She's 2 of 4 from the three-point line. And Hannah Stolke with a perfect 5 of 5 from the field, getting 10 points for the Hawkeyes. 6 coming from Martin, and then 3 from Marshall, 6 from Sonano, 2 from Fulter, and 2 from O'Grady. For Indiana, 3 players finished in double figures. Berger 26, Holmes 24, and Moore McNeil with 11. Rebounds, Iowa out-rebounded the Hoosiers by 1 rebound with 38-37 as a team. 11 rebounds coming from McKenna Warnock and 7 rebounds from Kate Martin and Monica Sonano. Indiana was led in rebounds by Moore McNeil with 9 and Berger with 9. Looking at the assists for Iowa, Caitlin Clark led the team with 10 assists, and then followed behind by 2 assists from Marshall and Sonano. So Clark and Warnock both finished the game with double-doubles. Iowa finished the game shooting 48% from the field, 26% from the three-point line, and just 52% from the free throw line. Indiana, 47% from the field, 50% from the three-point line, and 65% from the free throw line. So shooting a little bit better was the Hoosiers tonight. Iowa not quite as well. Iowa finished the game with 18 turnovers as well, while Indiana only had 12 turnovers.
Hoosiers over the Hawkeyes, 87-78 from Assembly Hall. These two teams will wrap up the regular season on the 26th in Iowa City. We'll be back with more postgame after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Time to redo this basement?
Yeah. A home gym, movie theater, model train utopia.
Or yoga studio?
I'm flexible-ish.
Great. I'll just use the U.S. Bank mobile app so we can plan it out.
Which way are you leaning? Setting a savings goal or applying for a home improvement loan?
I say we look at both options, right here in the app.
Budget for a really good home gym. We deserve it.
Noted.
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender member FDIC.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. They've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at MidAmericanEnergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Number 2, Indiana defeats number 5, Iowa here from Bloomington, 87-78. The game was tied after 1 at 19, tied at 39 at the half, and then Indiana went on a nice run at the end of the third quarter to grab a 62-57 lead, and Hawkeyes just could not get that lead back. Made a couple of runs to get it to within a couple possessions, but nothing after that, as the Hawkeyes just could not overcome some tough free throw shooting, and also not their typical three-point shooting as well. 6 out of 23 for 26%, and then 12 of 23 from the free throw line, 52.2%. 2 double-doubles, though, tonight. McKenna Warnock getting better each time out after missing a couple of games due to injury, at 14 points and 11 rebounds. Caitlin Clark with 35 points and 10 assists. Let's enjoy some of tonight's top plays. Indiana over Iowa, 87-78. And Iowa comes down with the rebound. 5-2 Hoosiers. Iowa with the basketball. Three-pointer off a screen for Caitlin Clark. Knocks it down just left to the top of the key. Hawks with the basketball. 3:20 left to go. Here's Clark. Angles right side. Gets into the paint. Spins. Layup. Count it, and she's fouled. Took Garzone to the cleaners that time. 5 left to go. Here's Clark, top of the key, hesitates, drives in, shot off the window, count it, and she's fouled.
Fabulous finish.
Here's Clark, hesitates down the right side of the lane, off the window, count it, and she's fouled. Now Warnock, top of the key, goes to work, drives down the right side, she's doubled, kicks it out to Martin, now to Marshall. Gabby drives, kicks it right side, McKenna Warnock for 3, count it.
McKenna.
Kicks it out to Parrish. She lost control of it. Dug up by Marshall. Gets ahead to Clark. Caitlin spins in the paint. Right-handed layup on the left side. How about that?
That was a finish.
That didn't excite you, did it?
That was so amazing. Wow. How did she get that to go in the hoop?
Got the pass to Martin. Now back to Hannah. Goes up strong on the right block and lays it up and in. Boy, did she elevate on that one.
She did, and she kept that arm up so strong. I mean, that was a pro move right there.
Kate Martin now. Here's Clark, driving baseline, drops a pass inside. Hannah Stolke, left-handed layup is good. Nice catch by Hannah, too. Clark, she plays catch with Sinano, and Caitlin Clark buries a three-pointer from the left wing. And Caitlin Clark did everything she could, as usual tonight. Ended up with 35 points and 10 assists. Just not enough, as Clark was 12 of 28 from the floor, 3 of 11 from 3, 8 of 11 from the free throw line, had 4 rebounds and 10 assists. Hawkeyes did turn it over 18 times, 12 for Indiana. Grace Berger, a big difference maker for the Hoosiers, averaging 11 this year in her senior campaign, but had a season high 26. And Mackenzie Holmes had 24 for Indiana as well. The All Big Ten center at 6'3" had 12 in the first 2 quarters, ended with 24. And then Chloe Moore McNeil did get into double figures for Indiana with 11. Hawkeyes had 3 players in double figures as well. Aforementioned Clark with 35, Warnock with 14, and Hannah Stolke off the bench with 10. And she did have 8 in the first 2 quarters. Monica Sinano tonight, tough night for her. Foul trouble throughout. Ended up with 6 points. Kate Martin also had 6. Gabby Marshall hit a 3. Sydney Fulter had 2. Addie O'Grady had 2. That's the scoring for the Hawkeyes. Back with more postgame from Bloomington after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Basketball players don't always get a second chance. But now with the Iowa Lottery, basketball fans do. Play Money Madness or Tripler Scratch tickets and you could win up to $100,000. Not a winner? Enter your ticket online or scan it in our app. And you could win 2 VIP suite seats to see the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Men's National College Basketball Tournament. Play today at any Iowa Lottery retailer and enter your tickets to see March basketball from the suite seats.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back to Bloomington on the postgame show. 87-78, Indiana over the Hawkeyes. Raina Harmon joins me on the postgame show. And Raina, just a lot of hype, obviously, around the Big Ten and certainly in town here about this game. 2 top 5 teams, a great crowd, great environment, and just your thoughts on the 4 quarters.
Yeah, I thought, can you turn me up a little bit? I thought coming in here, I mean, what a great environment first to start out, right? I mean, they open the doors early as we're going out from pregame. We're getting booed going off the floor. It's a great environment.
That doesn't happen every week, right?
It doesn't. But to be able to come into a place, play the number 2 team on their home court to a 9-point game in front of 13,000 fans, this is the moment you live for, right? Fortunately, we got another shot at them. But I thought, we came out and just turned the ball over a little bit too much early. Now, they did as well, but, I mean, you look at how we finished, right, with 18 turnovers and 17 assists. That's very uncharacteristic of our offense.
Yeah, it seemed like that first quarter, just both teams just trying to maybe settle in a little bit.
Yeah, I think we both just trying to come out and throw the first punch. And again, I mean, we're talking 2 versus 5, right? And we're both trying to establish dominance at the top of the Big Ten. They really have it out for us considering how it played out for them last season. And we're not, we know that coming into the game. But I thought, just those turnovers, we settled. In the second, and I thought a game that everybody wanted to see, halftime, the score is tied, and then we came out and, the way that we shot the ball from the free throw line, I mean, you look at that, that's the game.
Yeah, and tough on Monica Sonano to be in foul trouble too much, even though she did, play 26 minutes, but certainly would have liked to have her play a lot more and a little more free.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, even, so defensively, she's kind of letting Holmes have her way a little bit because she's afraid of that foul right there. But even offensively, I mean, they're kind of smothering her. And every time we went through the lane, they had somebody reach in trying to, swipe at the ball a little bit. So for her only to get 6 touches, that's unfortunate for her. But, I mean, she's a big staple of our offense, so that's also unfortunate for us. I mean, again, 52% from the free throw line. I think, Caitlin going 3 for 11 from the 3-point line. That's also a little bit uncharacteristic. I look at some bright spots though, and I know that Hannah, she's gonna sleep on this one for a while, missing those free throws. But I thought she came out and she really had a good night.
And she's been working so hard.
She has been. I mean, she goes 100% from the floor though. You can't really ask for more than that. And I thought McKenna Warnock coming out and giving us a double-double. I actually thought she gave us a great game overall. I thought Gabby gave us a very good game defensively.
Yeah, as always. And Caitlin, she hit those first 2 threes there. This is her type of environment, so you figured here we go. But you have to credit Indiana. Did a great job defensively on her around the perimeter.
Yeah, absolutely. They kind of threw a lot of people at her, a lot of things at her. You look, they started, high showing on her first coming off the ball screens. Then they would go underneath. They'd trap her occasionally, and she had a lot of looks at her. And again, which may have led to a few of those turnovers. We'll get those cleaned up, though.
Yeah, and then you looked at the first half, at least defensively. Scalia had 8 points, shut her down. Parrish didn't do much. Moore McNeil did get into double figures, but Grace Berger kind of seemed like she was a little bit of a difference maker tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, that kid, she's probably had us circled on her calendar since last March, right? I mean, Grace Berger, she's a nice player. She's tough to defend, right? I mean, she can bring the ball up in transition, although she's a 2 or 3 guard. She gets in that paint, and she's just efficient, when she has 2 feet in the paint. She's also probably, the best in this league at the pull-up jumper right now, and I thought she was really efficient tonight.
Yeah, Raina, big picture, though. This is a regular season game. Nothing's decided tonight, as you mentioned, and this is the first of 2 as Indiana will close out the regular season in Iowa City. So, you just learn from this, and a lot of basketball left to go. I mean, playing meaningful games in February, that's exactly what you want, right?
That's right. And I mean, I think we are where we want to be, right now, heading to the rest of these games in February. And I know people are going to say, oh, we got them on our, our home court coming back. Well, we've got Rutgers next, and that's got to be the focus. We know night in and night out, the Big Ten is no cakewalk, so we'll go back, we'll look at this film, but then we'll start getting ready for Rutgers. We can't wait, worry about Indiana until we have them up on our schedule next.
Right, because when you're in the position you are, I mean, every win is crucial, and you just can't look forward.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we're fighting for seeding for the Big Ten, tournament. We're also fighting for national standings, and this, I mean, we come in here and you lose. I mean, we're down 6 with 2 minutes left to the number 2 team in the country. So I understand what it means from a Big Ten standpoint, but nationally in our ranking and our seeding also as we go into the NCAA tournament is important as well. So I thought, we came out and, we gave it our best effort, but I mean, we got a lot of basketball left to play and stay with us, guys.
Absolutely. Hawks will, no doubt about that. Raina, appreciate you.
Thank you for Hawks.
Raina Harmon on the postgame show after the Hawkeyes lose a tough one, 87-78, but a lot of basketball left to go, as Coach Harmon said. Rutgers in Carver Hawkeye Arena on Sunday afternoon. We'll go to the Iowa locker room after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
We all love a good win, catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I think you...
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Basketball players don't always get a second chance. But now with the Iowa Lottery, basketball fans do. Play Money Madness or Tripler Scratch tickets and you could win up to $100,000. Not a winner? Enter your ticket online or scan it in our app, and you could win 2 VIP suite seats to see the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Men's National College Basketball Tournament. Play today at any Iowa Lottery retailer and enter your tickets to see March basketball from the suite seats.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Hawks lose a tough one to number 2 Indiana, 87-78. 2 double-doubles, however. Caitlin Clark with 35 and 10 assists. McKenna Warnock with 14 and 11 boards. Hawkeyes will look for victory number 20 on Sunday. Let's head to the Iowa locker room here in Bloomington at Assembly Hall. Jamie with Coach Blooter.
Thanks, Rob. And here with Coach Blooter. Not the outcome you wanted against number 2 in the nation, but you guys put up a fight. Take me through the game.
Yeah, I mean, we started out the game with just way too many turnovers and ended up with 18 turnovers to their 12. So obviously it gives them a lot more possessions to shoot the basketball. Tied going into half, and I thought we didn't play very well. So I felt optimistic going into the second half. But then, they out-rebounded us by 7 in the second half, and we just did not shoot the 3 ball well at all today. I mean, they're 50%, we're 26%. That really is kind of the story of the game.
Coming off of a long run, right, of wins, win, and then this one hits you. How do you have your team bounce back from this when there hasn't been many losses this season?
Yeah, I mean, really, you got to get back in the gym. You got to get back and believe in yourself and know that, we played the number 2 team in the country pretty darn good until the last couple of minutes of this game. And, You know, Monica fouling out did not help us. I think that really took a lot of wind out of our sails. But I thought McKenna Warnock had a really nice game. I thought Gabby defended really well and really hard out there. But there was just too much Grace Berger and Mackenzie Holmes. Those two players really came out and beat us today.
So what does it do to help your team, though? They were behind in the last 2 minutes, within 6. Does that help your team at all? What can you take away as a positive from there? I'm forcing you to think positive right now.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just you got to lick your wounds a little bit. You got to let it fester because you got to remember how bad it really feels to lose, right? We got to remember this feeling and know that we have them at home at the end of the year and a sold-out Carver Hawkeye Arena. So to me, when things don't go well, you concentrate on fundamentals. And you get back in the gym and you believe in yourself over and over again because of the hard work you put into the gym.
You get to be back at home finally after 2 games on the road against Rutgers at 2 p.m. on Sunday. Anything you can tell us about Rutgers?
No. I've seen them play once, but I was watching Indiana play against them, so I haven't seen them yet, so I don't really know a whole lot.
All right. Well, thanks, Coach, and we look forward to seeing you, though, on Sunday at 2 p.m.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks to Jamie and thanks to Coach Blooter. We'll head back to the Iowa locker room after we pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Women's Basketball.
And now I'm here with McKenna Warnock. I had a big opportunity against number 2 today. It didn't go the way your team wanted. Take me through what's going on your side.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were in the game the whole time. It was a very winnable game, and I mean, they're a great team, but we definitely didn't play to our best ability either. I'm excited that we get them again. Props to them, though. They did a great job. So,
how do you use this as motivation when you know there's things you could do better? How do you use that to move forward and continue moving forward this season?
Just take everything you learn from every game, especially this one. There's a lot of key points that we can take from this game and then use it in practice tomorrow, get back at it for Rutgers and then the rest of the season. So,
all right, thanks, McKenna, and we'll see you back on Sunday.
Yeah, thank you.
Jamie, thank you very much. And McKenna Warnock with a double-double, getting right back into the way she was playing before the injury. Was shooting the 3 ball so well and certainly will continue doing that. So Hawkeyes lose it 87-78 to number 2 Indiana. So Hawkeyes will regather and have a couple of practices before Sunday afternoon's game against Rutgers, which is at 2 o'clock. Wish we had better news from Bloomington, Indiana, but a hard-fought game and a great atmosphere for Big Ten women's basketball. Number 2, Indiana defeats number 5, Iowa, 87-78. Hawkeyes did have 2 double-doubles. Caitlin Clark with 35 and 10 assists. McKenna Warnock with 14 and 11 boards. Thanks so much for listening tonight, and thanks to Jamie K.V. Lang for her outstanding work, and we will certainly greet you again on Sunday, Iowa and Rutgers, 1:45 airtime, the tip at 2 o'clock on Super Bowl Sunday. Thanks so much for listening once again, as we will greet you on Sunday. The final score, once again, Indiana 87, Iowa 78. Good night from Bloomington and Assembly Hall on the campus of Indiana University. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Hawkeye Women's Basketball has been brought to you by Authentic Brand. Unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. Bud Light, it's for the fans. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Hy-Vee. Score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit IALottery.com for details. United Healthcare. Proud sponsors of Small Business Spotlight. Sign up your small business at HawkeyeSports.com/UHC. And by U.S. Bank. Proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.